Checking in, 6 a.m. in the morning. Wanted to talk about something that I attended last night, which was the 4Ds meet and greet session. So the 4Ds is the daily digital deep dive, the in-depth consulting session we do out of VaynerMedia. Really looking forward to it today. It's going to be rolled out to the guests who have come. And just one thing I want to touch on that I think will be of value to you is around the table last night was some pretty amazing people, all entrepreneurs, all have their own business. We had all types in there, all different types of business. And the one thing that just seemed to be apparent in all of them is there's so many ways to do it. There's so many different ways, and all of them were very different, but at the same time had some core similarities in terms of they all clearly had a lot of perseverance, great people skills, confidence in themselves, belief, the ability to picture future outcomes or stuff that's going to happen down the line that other people don't quite believe in, and doubt themselves or are risk averse. And these people were all very just committed to making their businesses happen for them, even though there was no real beaten track. And I think that's one of the things that mainly I took away is there's a load of learnings, there's a load of different routes, paths, options. Not one of them, it's very rare for one to just stick out as the right one, and if you go down it, you're not necessarily going to end up at the destination that you want to. Sometimes you just got to crack on and just trust in your own instincts, and the path is going to be winding, long. You're going to have to duck, dive, dodge, do all the different things. You're going to have hiccups, you're going to have lucky breaks, all of it. But the key thing is they all just seem to be playing the long game, and now they're in a position where I imagine I was quite a bit younger than some of these people, but I imagine when they were around their mid-20s, the situation that they're currently in now is not one that they would be disappointed with. They all seem pretty happy with how things are going, the position they're in, the autonomy they have, the value they're adding to their customers, the day-to-day life that they get to lead, the people they get to meet, all that stuff. Just think it's fascinating that if you just keep on watching, analysing, studying and picking up on the key traits and habits that in the moment of the day-to-day, when you're a teenager, when you're in your 20s, are difficult to stick to. It's difficult to have patience. It's difficult to be able to just follow a path and trust that your self-confidence, self-belief and ability to adjust to market circumstances is going to pull you through. Stuff that. So, yeah, just a message to say I'm picking up on it. And, if anyone out there is listening to this in their mid-20s, early teens, I think that's one of the key things you got to remember is it's a long old game. There's ups and downs, twists and turns. If you can keep a few core principles constant, you're going to put yourself in a real good position, and you're going to be able to do what you want to do when you're at the age of 40 plus, 50 plus, because you're going to be alive then, and probably until you're 80 or 90 as well. In fact, maybe even some of you tipping 100. Very, very likely with the way healthcare is going these days. It's a long old journey, and you want to make sure that all of it you've planned out to have the most enjoyable time possible. Obviously, when you're young, you have a lot of energy and a lot of opportunity to do cool stuff. So you want to take advantage of that, but you don't want to be giving no thought to tomorrow. You always want to be thinking, okay, I do this today. How do I then balance that out or reposition myself so that thing that's 30 years away is still tangible in the long term? Okay, I'm rolling out. Got a big day today. It's actually 6 a.m. I'm on my way into work. Gonna get a good 2-hour power session, get a jump on it, and then I want to be cruising and freestyling all today so I can give There's a lot of people in the office at the moment, so I want to be able to give them the proper time and attention rather than being stuck in the weeds and the work. Actually, that's just another great insight. I'm going to do another podcast on that. The ability to, when you first start your job, to, bite the bullet, work over 8 hours a day. I'm talking 10, 12, 14. Heck, I was popping 15 hours, I remember, at the beginning or 15 hours plus sometimes, marketing and advertising jobs, almost unheard of. But I was doing 15 hours plus easily for the first 6, 8, 12 months, and occasionally into the rest of the year, because it was a startup, because we were small, and I knew we had to put the shift in. But again, the long-term view helped out there, in that learning all that stuff in the upfront, you get to free up a lot of space and time in the long term to build those relationships, to spend the proper amount of time with people, to take interest, to explore other areas, because you've got the basics, the bread and butter, the basic technical details of the job nailed down. And then on a day-to-day basis as well, what you can do is you can front load days, so you get all of your kind of scrappy, dirt work, such as emails, such as comms, just such, moving the needle forward, getting stuff done. Get that done before the day, and then during the day, use it to work on bigger macro things, such as relationship building, such as figuring out something new, staying ahead of the curve in terms of what's happening in the industry. And if you're playing a long-term game, that's belting, because essentially you're able to play more of a management role, even though you're a shifter who's shoveling the dirt around and getting the small tasks done. It's a good balance to have, I think. So check it. I'm going to go into more detail on that topic. I need to think about it a bit more, but it just popped into my head right there. I've had to think already. Let me allow those thoughts to brew and create something pretty good for you guys. Anyway, have a good one. Checking out.